Good afternoon, everybody. At a very short time, it just became noon just a few minutes ago. This is TGB Car Guy 334 trying to come back in and get started. I just had a couple of days of things that just couldn't get done, so I'm happy to be here. But I think this is going to be a good day for me, and I hope that, I hope a lot of people will. But, I had kind of told everyone that I had been in the car business and I was in the Army, and I had told, I think I told the story about when my when my wife came to see me the first time at Fort Campbell, Kentucky, after they let me go out of the compound or the base, whatever you want to call it, and have a little time with my wife. Well, I did, and was there about 3 days, and then of course back to work, and my wife, now she is deceased, and I'll say a little bit about that later. But she went on back to Georgia. I went on back to Fort Campbell, Kentucky, finished my time there. Then I took a short break, and then over to Fort Knox. Now, I really had hoped to see a pile of gold there, but there wasn't. But anyway, I was at the school there and I kind of was glad to go to Fort Knox, because right at that point in time, Vietnam was hot and heavy, and I thought, well, you know what, if you're in an armor unit and you're not going to Fort Polk or someplace to really get a pretty good idea that you're going to Vietnam. So I was fortunate there, but I always said and always did say and would have that if they said you need to go to Vietnam, I'd go to Vietnam, because I love my country, and whatever it would have taken at that point to go to Vietnam, I would have gone to Vietnam. But having said that, I went to Germany, and I was there for 17 months actually. But after my son, and this is the part that I'm getting to now, tomorrow is my son's birthday. He was born in 1967. It's an amazing thing, and I know I have said this, but I don't know if it ever made it to the video. But one evening, this buddy of mine in the barracks, I said, man, you want to go downtown and let's get a beer or something? Because back in those days, I did do that. But anyway, we did, and we were walking along in some of looking at some of the shops, and I started itching. I mean, just itching myself to death. And I told him, I said, man, something is wrong. Do you see anything wrong with me? He said, no. Well, I said, I got to go. I'm going back to go to sick bay. So I did. I went back to the barracks, went to sick bay, and this guy looked at me and he said, man, you got you one heck of a rash. He said, are you nervous about something? Or I said, not that I know of. And he said, well, let me just give you this. And he gave me something that would kind of take that away, and it did. But about, I would say it was probably 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, the CQ, which is the charge of quarters, came in and woke me up, and he said, Bailey. I said, yes, sir. He said, you got a phone call out here. A phone call? Well, I went out there and picked the phone up, and it was my wife telling me we had a 6-pound, 9-ounce son. Now, I'm in the middle of Germany, not in the middle, but yeah, probably about the middle of Germany, and tickled to death. And of course, you don't think I went back to bed and went to sleep, do you? It was long distance, and we couldn't stay on there very long because that was very expensive. And, with the pay that I got, you couldn't do that very long. So I did. and went back to bed and tried to sleep, but not much of it. So the next day, boy, I'm telling you, I was walking on, I mean, I couldn't even put my feet on the ground. I was walking up so high. I just was so excited, and I still am excited. I have a great son who is a good family man, and he's got well, actually, he's got one daughter and one great-grandson and 3 sons. Sawyer, which is the first guy, and that's the one I think will be graduating pretty soon to be able to try to go into college. And then we got 2 out in the ocean, 2 that are in the Navy. And we've talked about those a bit ago. But that's part of getting into the story, is that he did get there to Germany in 6 weeks. I got to see him 6 weeks after he was born. And buddy, that was something awesome. And I was lucky. I was lucky. I didn't have to go to Vietnam. I just won't say that I was lucky. I'll just say I was blessed. Because there was a lot of people who didn't come back. As a matter of fact, some of my friends who were there with me in Germany actually had to leave and go to Vietnam. And I knew that I'd probably go pretty soon, but it didn't happen. And I told you before, and I believe that if they had said, Bailey, get your stuff, you go into Saigon, I'd said, okay. I'm not excited about it, but let's just don't let anything crash. Let me go on and get there and get my time in Vietnam and get on back. Well, I didn't do that, but anyway, I was blessed in that way. I was blessed with my son. Now, I'm not going to go too much further into that, because we are going to have a birthday dinner for my son tonight. And most of our family, not the 2 boys that are out in the ocean, they just wouldn't let them leave and come on. Well, I just want to say thank you again. It's just wish you'd tell some of your friends. Old TGB car guy 334, he's just doing things to try to make himself happy. And every now and again I might say something that'll make you happy. And if I do that, then let me know. Have a happy day, and I'll talk to you after the party tonight.